I don't want to mention her name, not because I'm not a fan, Tola, but I've got to say Beyoncé. You know, on the one side, we're all kind of hashtagging Beychella. She's great. I am personally a fan. But then, you know, the younger the children get, when you look at some of the videos, you're like, okay, you know, oh, she's half naked. Oh, she's gyrating. Where do you stand on her being a role model for young black women today?
Well, I think it depends what they're looking at when they're looking at her as a role model. I mean, I'm a fan of Beyonce's music. I love her music, and that's what I'm a fan of. I mean, when it comes to, in terms of her dressing, I probably don't watch much of what she does, so I don't see much of what she wears unless it's all over the media and, you know, someone's highlighting it. But her music, yes, I listen to. But I think the thing is, we might say it's Beyonce out there, but we have to look at it. There's a whole load of women that are role models, that our children looking up to as role models, that are in the same category, maybe not dressing appropriately as some of us parents would probably have it. But I think in terms of when we're guiding our children and they're looking at role models. Like if my daughter comes to me and says, oh, Mom, I really love Beyonce. I really, you know, I say to her, what is it that you love about her? And then I listen to what she loves about her. If she says, oh, I really love the way she's dressing, then obviously we're going to have that conversation. If she's like, I just love the way she's confident when she's performing, I love her music and things like that. So I'm going to have to ask her what exactly it is that she's looking at her and what she loves about her in particular, because she might not really be looking at her dressing. I don't really look at her dressing, but I love her music. I'm a fan of her music. So I think sometimes we have to see what it is, because even though they say, oh, this is a role model, there's actually something that they admire in that person. It might not be what we're looking at, and it might not even be the music or the dressing. It could be something else that they've noticed in her that we haven't. So I think it's important to have that conversation.
Thank you, Tola, and it's good that you put it in context, because Donia, you know, a lot of people do say that Beyoncé is used as a scapegoat for the white-out media and saying, oh, you know, look at this half-naked lady that black women are looking up to. But then she is talented and she's broken many records, and we can't take that away from her. But you work in education. Do you think young black children in schools today need to be educated on, you know, role models and people who are doing well, that are not just athletes, they're not just singers, you know, they're people who are breaking molds in science and in engineering and in math?
Yeah, oh no, definitely. And I think you know, when you're thinking about Beyonce as well, you know, in fairness to her, she's a performer.
Yes.
She's an entertainer, and parents need to understand that she's doing her job. Yeah. Not to say that, you know, we shouldn't think, okay, is she the right role model or not, certainly. I think it's really important, because with the projects that I do, say, for example, ACES projects, there's a strong focus on culture. And I think one thing that parents do, which is quite unfair, is expect the school system to teach their children about the role models, about the, you know, about the engineers and the athletes and so forth, because you're asking a predominantly British culture to teach you about your culture. And what they tend to do is focus on the empire and slavery, which is part of their culture.
Well, they kind of miss out slavery. It's all World War I, and everything before them was peachy. But
you know, we're coming from kings and queens, and the children need to know that. And I find that when we go into schools and we work with the young people and we tell them, even when I was teaching as a history teacher, and they started at slavery, I started Africa from before that. And I even talked about, you know, 100 AD, Emperor Septimus was a black African and half Italian.
Get my pen and paper here.
No, it's a history lesson, so this one's important. He was the Emperor of Britain.
Wow.
Half African, half Italian. So see, if we go back, even in British history, there's so much to tell the children, but the parents have got to do it. So it's okay, we put on Beyoncé on TV and complain. Get the books out.